This morning, Buckingham Palace wants to know who leaked a video from Queen Elizabeth's family archive. The Sun newspaper obtained a 70-second black and white video showing the Queen as a child. It apparently shows her performing a Nazi salute. Charlie Daggett is outside Buckingham Palace in London with how the palace may have helped the video get out. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you. Palace officials have confirmed to us this morning that an internal investigation is underway to determine the source of the leak, where that family footage came from, and just how it ended up in the hands of the Sun newspaper. It's a grainy home movie shot in 1933. Playing up for the camera, a young Queen Elizabeth is seen apparently raising a Nazi salute alongside her mother and younger sister dancing around. Her uncle, the future King Edward VIII, does the same. Whether an innocent gesture done in jest, the palace is said to be scrambling to figure out how the film got out, says royal correspondent Roy Anika.
There's been a huge level of concern as to how the material got out. The fact that they actually don't know how it's got out, unknown things like that to do with the royal family and archives rattle royal aides, and they rattle members of the royal family too.
However, part of that clip had already been made public, apparently showing the Queen and her sister just moments after that incident, part of an exhibition by Buckingham Palace last year, which has lent to claims the palace itself may be partly to blame for inadvertently releasing the footage to documentary makers. The Sun newspaper won't say where they got it, but it was obtained in a legitimate fashion and published with the public interest in mind, says managing editor Stig Abel.
The fact remains that in 1933, led by a man who was to become Edward VIII, the British royal family were doing Nazi salutes to a video. That seemed very immediately to us to be a matter of great cultural, historical and general interest.
The historical interest the paper claims is that it reveals King Edward's implicit support for the Nazis from early on. Long accused of being a Nazi sympathizer, Edward visited Hitler in 1937 after giving up his crown to marry U.S. divorcee Wallis Simpson. The Queen was only about 6 years old when the film was shot at the private residence of Balmoral, unaware of what that Nazi salute would come to symbolize. Adolf Hitler was then an aspiring politician, already a German chancellor and the head of the Nazi Party, but before he became the Führer of the Third Reich, long before the horrors of World War II and the atrocities of Nazi Germany. And as much as that footage came as a surprise, it's not likely to affect the public image of the Queen herself.
It's not going to damage the monarchy in the eyes of the British public, and I think, across the board people understand that it's a sensational story, but I don't think it really has any impactful meaning as to how we view the monarchy.
Now, the royal archives are not open to the public. Some researchers are invited to access them, but only with palace approval. But now some historians are saying the royals should open up and reveal more of what's inside. Nora?
Charlie Daggett at Buckingham Palace, thank you.
Something tells me they'll get to the bottom of that, but she's a little girl at the time, clearly imitating her uncle.
Right. Probably
no
did not
idea.
know
It was
this.
embarrassing to the
Very,
royal
very
family.
embarrassing.